What if one of the most talked about stars in Hollywood quietly made the biggest comeback of his life without even trying to prove anything to anyone anymore? That's exactly how a lot of fans feel about Johnny Depp right now. After years of nonstop headlines, courtroom drama, online debates, and public pressure, people are noticing something very different about him lately. He seems calmer, happier, more relaxed, and honestly, fans can't stop talking about it. If you've been following everything around Johnny Depp over the last few years, you already know how intense things got. Everywhere you looked, there was another headline, another rumor, another argument online. It felt like the whole world was watching every single move he made. A lot of people wondered if he would ever fully get through all that pressure, or if he would just disappear from the spotlight completely. But now, something unexpected is happening. Instead of trying to chase Hollywood attention or constantly defend himself in public, Johnny seems focused on something very different. He looks like someone who is finally enjoying life again, and for many fans, this might actually be the happiest version of him they've seen in years. What's really interesting is that this new chapter doesn't feel forced. It doesn't look like a celebrity trying too hard to create a comeback story. It feels more natural than that. People are seeing a version of Johnny Depp that looks more at peace and more connected to the creative side of life again. And honestly, that's a huge reason why so many fans are connecting with him all over again right now. For years, Johnny's name became connected to drama more than creativity. Every interview, every photo, every time he showed up somewhere turned into a massive discussion online. People were constantly picking sides and debating everything connected to him. But lately, the energy around him feels completely different. Fans have noticed how relaxed he seems during recent appearances. Whether he's playing music, showing up at events, working on art, or just hanging out with fans, there's this calm energy around him now. It's something people didn't really see during all the crazy chaos. And that change matters. A lot of celebrities come out of public scandals looking angry or desperate to fix their image as fast as possible. But Johnny's recent attitude feels very different from that. He doesn't seem obsessed with proving anything anymore. Instead, he looks focused on creativity, peace, and just enjoying life. That's probably why so many people are paying attention again, because people can usually tell when someone is being real. One of the biggest things fans are talking about right now is Johnny's love for creativity. If you followed his career for a long time, you probably already know this. But Johnny Depp was never just about fame or being a big celebrity. Even during the biggest moments of his Hollywood career, he always seemed more interested in art, music, storytelling, and cool, unusual creative projects. That artistic side of him has always been there. And now, fans feel like he's finally getting back to it again. Instead of trying to fit into the normal Hollywood image, Johnny seems more interested in doing projects that actually make him happy. And honestly, that makes people respect him even more. There's something really cool about seeing a celebrity focus on passion instead of chasing attention all the time. A lot of people online have also noticed how much quieter and more private his life seems now. He appears more choosy about where he goes, what he does, and who he hangs out with. Funny enough, that's actually making people more curious about him. Sometimes when celebrities step away from the spotlight, people lose interest, but with Johnny, the opposite happened. The less he seemed interested in chasing attention, the more people wanted to know what he was up to next. And if we're being honest, mystery has always been a big part of Johnny Depp's appeal. This is someone who built a career playing wild and unforgettable characters. So seeing him live in a quieter, more artistic way almost feels perfectly right for him. Another thing fans keep talking about is the idea that Johnny finally seems free. Not just career freedom, personal freedom, creative freedom, freedom in his mind. A lot of supporters believe he no longer feels pressure to fully return to the old Hollywood system, the way people expected him to. And that surprises many people because after everything that happened publicly, most celebrities would probably focus on rebuilding mainstream fame as fast as possible. But Johnny's recent choices don't really feel like that. He seems more interested in meaningful creative projects, music, travel, art, and carefully chosen acting roles instead of chasing non-stop blockbuster attention. And honestly, many fans find that really inspiring. There's something very real about watching someone rebuild their life in a calmer and more honest way after going through years of pressure. And speaking of creativity, fans have also loved seeing Johnny get back into music again. A lot of people forget that music has always been a huge part of his life. This isn't some random celebrity hobby he suddenly picked up. Long before all the drama and controversy, music was already deeply connected to who he was. That's why people enjoy seeing him perform and work with other musicians now. It feels real. It doesn't feel like a publicity move. And honestly, there's something relatable about watching someone get back to the things that once made them happy. Most people understand what it feels like to go through a really tough chapter in life and later realize they need to find the things that bring them peace again. That's part of what makes Johnny's current chapter feel surprisingly emotional for a lot of viewers. It doesn't feel perfect or overly dramatic. It just feels human. Now, there are also some wrong ideas floating around online that are worth clearing up. Some people think Johnny Depp is trying to completely disappear from acting or leave entertainment forever. But that's not really what fans are seeing. It seems more like he's being choosy. And there's a big difference between those two things. He still appears passionate about storytelling and creative work. He just doesn't seem interested in living under non-stop Hollywood pressure anymore. And honestly, after everything he went through publicly, many people can totally understand that. Another wrong idea is that Johnny's support only exists because of controversy. But longtime fans know that's not true. A lot of people connected with him years before any legal drama happened. They loved his artistic personality, his unique movie roles, his emotional interviews, and the different way he lived his life. That connection was already there long before all the headlines. And now, many fans feel like they're rediscovering those qualities all over again. One of the most interesting things helping Johnny's image lately is actually the fact that he doesn't seem desperate for attention. That matters more than people realize. Audiences today are really good at spotting fake publicity moves. People can usually tell when a celebrity is trying too hard to force a comeback. But Johnny's recent appearances feel more natural and low pressure. And because of that, many people are warming up to him again. There's also an emotional side to all this. Millions of people watched him go through one of the most public celebrity situations anyone can remember. So when fans now see him smiling more, creating more, and looking genuinely relaxed, it creates a strong emotional reaction online. To many supporters, it feels like watching someone finally breathe again after years of stress. Entertainment insiders have also pointed out that Johnny's current career path is pretty unusual for a major Hollywood star. Instead of aggressively trying to dominate headlines again, he seems to be rebuilding his image slowly through smaller creative moments, artistic projects, and selective appearances. And honestly, that slower approach might actually work better in the long run. It allows audiences to reconnect naturally instead of feeling like they're being pushed into a comeback story. That's probably one reason conversations around him feel calmer now compared to a few years ago. But here's the thing. Fans keep bringing up the most. A lot of people say, Johnny Depp simply looks lighter now. Not physically, but emotionally. Fans notice it in the way he talks during interviews, the way he interacts with people, and the relaxed energy he brings to recent appearances. And whether someone agrees with every opinion surrounding him or not, it's hard to ignore how strongly supporters react to that visible change. For many people, this new chapter feels less about celebrity drama and more about personal healing, freedom, creativity, and happiness. At the same time, there's still huge curiosity around what Johnny will do next. Fans constantly talk about possible movie appearances, future interviews, music collaborations, and artistic projects. And because he's become more selective, every new appearance suddenly feels more important. Even small updates quickly turn into major conversations online. And honestly, that level of public curiosity is something many celebrities struggle to keep. So now, the big question is this. Has Johnny Depp truly found a happier and more peaceful chapter in life? Or is his biggest comeback moment still waiting to happen? That's what fans everywhere are debating right now. And no matter where people stand, one thing is clear. Johnny Depp's story continues to keep the world interested. But this time, the attention feels different. It feels less focused on chaos, and more focused on creativity, freedom, and personal growth. And honestly, that may be the most surprising chapter of all.